Marxism. Not even once. So, apparently, according to this Campus Reform article, a Marxist group disbands because the members were too rich and too white. No shit. A Marxist student group at Swarthmore College disbanded itself earlier this year after realizing that its members were too rich and too white to be real commies. A farewell letter from a former member complains that the group's founders were entirely white with the exception of one person of color, and that none of them came from low-income and/or working-class backgrounds. According to screenshots confidentially provided to Campus Reform by an individual with access to the group's private Facebook page, the demise of the Swarthmore Anti-Capitalist Collective came in the wake of a farewell letter from a member who had decided the group could never be an effective proponent of unproblematized anti-capitalist policies due to its history of abuse, racism, and even classism. And according to President Gilbert Guerra from the Swarthmore Conservative Society, he says, "From my understanding, the SACC disbanded because they realized the makeup and tactics of their group was at odds with their espoused principles. Their main support base was middle, upper-class white kids who enjoy jogging." The farewell letter corroborates Guerra's understanding, asserting that the SACC's fundamental failure was that at its formation it was made up of entirely white, with the exception of one person of color, students, and to make matters worse, not one of its founding members are from low-income and/or working-class backgrounds, arguing that low-income people of color should never be an afterthought in a group whose politics supposedly focus on their liberation. The author then went on to accuse SACC of having a history of abuse, racism, and even classism that was never adequately addressed or recognized, despite constantly being brought up as an issue. So they have a link to the Facebook page, and as you can imagine, got that nice little hammered sickle there. They do some donation drives, getting people pencils. So, you know, nice little people. Useful idiots for sure. The road to hell was paved with good intentions, you know? Anyway. The screenshots provided to Campus Reform do not include dates, but the SACC Facebook page suggests that the group may have folded at some point in late March or April. The page has seen no activity since March 26th, prior to which posts had been added on a fairly regular basis. So that pretty much does it on there. I'll leave a link to both this and the Facebook if you want to check it out for yourself. But I saw this headline and it caught my eye, and I was pretty eager to share it with you guys. This is what happens when you have a communist structure and then nothing to feed the communist machine, especially if it is just a collective of Marxists, which, like I mentioned before, they probably are well-meaning people that think that communism or Marxism would bring liberation to human beings. But we're already liberated. Marxism can only imprison us. It sounds great on paper, but what you have to realize is people exploit. They always exploit. You know what? Let's see if I can find this this clip real quick. I've been watching a lot of games done quick. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Jordan Peterson explained it very, very well. There it is.
And then when the Marxists say, well, that wasn't real Marxism, what it really means, and I've thought about this for a long time, it's the most arrogant possible statement anyone could ever make. It means, if I would have been in Stalin's position, I would have ushered in the damn utopia instead of the genocidal massacres, because I understand the doctrine of Marxism and everything about me is good. It's like, well, think again, sunshine. You don't understand it. You don't understand it. And you're not that good. And if the power was in your hands, assuming you had the competence, which you don't, you wouldn't have done any better. And even if you had, there would have been someone else waiting right behind you to shoot you the first time you actually tried to do anything good. And that's what happened to all the old guard who ran the damn revolution. Stalin rounded them all up and shot them, along with their families and millions of other people. So even if you do happen to be that avatar of moral purity that you claim implicitly, the probability that you'd get to act out your goodness in relationship to those possessed by your ideology is 0.
Forgot I muted myself. Jordan Peterson's one of the wisest people on YouTube, in my opinion. I could not have said it better. I just wish I was that articulate. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. There's something about Marxism folding in on itself that brings joy to my heart. Even though I know these people are well-meaning people, but we don't need that shit here, if I'm being just straightforward. So yeah, I'll see you later.